Hey there, I'm Slightly Froggy. Welcome back to my stream. Today I'm continuing my playthrough of Slay the Princess. And where we last left things off, we uncovered the introduction to the rest of the game and what that is. The existential horror of it all. Hey there, MG Tower. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well tonight where you are. What else? We uncovered a very sharp princess. And now we have a not so clearly defined set of other princesses we've got to find over the course of this game. So the previous options have been blocked off to us, which will help keep us focused, but unfortunately also cuts me off from Mommy Princess, but that's okay. We sacrifice, we move on. Hey there, Aqua. Hey there, Mr. Montrose. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I am starting a little bit later than usual because my computer decided that at 7:20 it was a good time to do an update. So I had to let it do its thing. So we're gonna give folks a fair amount of time to file in before we get things started. But I'm looking forward to seeing where the game goes from here. I know. I will say, like, I figured I was going to be late because of the weather. I will say Ontario is being hit by some, like, pretty crummy weather today. I was definitely a bit later getting home. Nothing too bad, though, but it was just... It's like... It's been quite temperate. So what snow we were supposed to get ended up being rain, but that didn't stop us from getting a bit of snow first. So it was nice and slushy out there. Perfect conditions. Hey there, JJ. Welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you back. So we'll give folks a few more minutes. And if this is your first time checking this out, warning, there's content that you might not like, and if this game is not for you, sorry. This is probably going to be our last stream where we're playing it, if I'm being honest. I feel like we could probably get through, like, the rest of it tonight. I don't know. I'm just guessing. The opposite in Chicago, rain into snow. That one's not pleasant either. That's for sure. I don't know. Like, I love it when the weather just commits to one thing. Like, even if it's, like, hail, which just stinks, because, like, it knocks down power lines, it makes a racket, you don't want to drive in it. It's like, commit to something. It's when you start getting that mixed weather that things get all screwy. I don't know. I will say, though, they were warning snow today, and part of me is like, you should bring your umbrella, just in case. And I'm glad I did. Although... And I know I'm going on a rant about this. I'll try not to dwell on this for too much longer. But I broke out my snow boots. So I got like a really nice... I've had these snow boots before. I've broken them in before. But like my heels forget every year how to wear these boots. Because every year it's just like a bloodbath down there. Jeez. But anyway. We're gonna have enough of a bloodbath with this tonight. I'm not gonna dwell on my own self-inflicted one. But I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm continuing my watch of Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's my first rewatch of it, so it's like, oh right, it's this episode again. So yesterday we watched Measure of a Man, which is arguably one of the few good episodes of season 2. It's a good episode, but it hinges on kind of a flimsy concept, if I'm being honest. And I won't dwell too much on this either, because we will be getting started soon, I promise. I'm just giving folks a bit of time to file in, because we are starting a bit late. The premise of it is that a scientist comes aboard the ship, and he's like, hey, I want to take Data apart, because I think I'm, like, this close to figuring out how to replicate him. And Data's like, I don't know, based on your research I'm reading, I don't think you're quite at that point yet. I feel like you might end up killing me by accident. Like, just, like, a bunch of my important, like, internal data is gonna get lost because you won't know what you're doing. And Data says this in the most, like, polite, bland way possible. And so the guy gets offended and he's like, well, I'm gonna take away your rights. You're just a machine. You're an object. You're a toaster. And it ends up turning into, like, this big court case where where Picard and Data need to argue that Data is in fact a person who can have his own autonomy. The flimsy part of it is that Data already had to fight this battle to get into Starfleet Academy in the first place before he could even serve on a ship. I feel like that fight's already been won. Like, I don't know. That's my complaint of the one good episode of season 2. Actually, I don't remember the rest of season 2 all that clearly. There could be some more good episodes mixed in there. I just argue Measure of the Man is usually the one everybody cites as like the one good episode of season 2. Definitely not the clip show finale that they had to throw together because they were on strike. No, you made it just in time though. We're just about to start. Yeah. I don't know what princess or what strat we're going for this one. Maybe we'll do like a full agreeable one. And also, welcome back to the stream, Olaf. Hope you're doing well. Here, I'll unmute the game audio. And let's get started. And as per usual, if there are any technical issues, because we are still troubleshooting some new tech and still a relatively new game, please let me know in the chat, and I will do my best to stop and fix it to the best of my abilities. Alright, let's load our game. We're on a brand new cycle. So let's do... Smitten gonna be the star this time. Ooh, you know what? Let's go for that. Let's go for like a super agreeable, just like down bad.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Because we started off with like sympathetic and then went to stabby, and it ended badly. So let's see what happens this time.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I would argue the simp run was this close to happening in the last stream, but maybe that's just me. Okay, don't need to do the Explorer. Or I don't know, I wonder if that opens up new opportunities. Let's see. Because all these are Explore, but these are like the decision ones. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Just to see what he says.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Alright, let's proceed. Let's see what we get. We're not grabbing the knife.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I'm letting it play out the first time. We will skip this in future runs.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
But we're not gonna do this right. Let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I moved you around a little bit. Actually, no, you're probably... Chat's probably fine, but I moved the camera around a little bit just so at least we could then see a bit more of what's going on with the text here.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Alright, okay, already we're getting differences. Just from being like, okay, I'll do what you say. And then just walking in with no knife. Interesting.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Are we sure this isn't Smitten?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yeah, I know. We've already died so many times. Hi, just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. Continue down the stairs. Ooh, you know what? I'm here to save you. Let's go for that one and see what happens.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Aw, she seems nice.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
I mean, already doomed. I don't have a knife.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
It's fine. We'll be fine. This is fine. Hold on. Let's talk a bit first. I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains. Full cooperation. Let's go. Oh, dang it. See, I moved up the screen a bit, just so then that way we could see a bit more of the text, but now it's cutting off this text. Here, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I think we're good. So, I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
She looks so nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
It beats me.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I don't know. In one of these runs, we were able to rewrite reality, so you never know. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. I almost wonder if that's like a do-over, if it's like, do you want to grab the knife, though? Here, I'm gonna ask her.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Ooh, I mean, I guess?
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
I blame the narrator.
Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
We're not doing that in this one if we can help it.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising
right.
her arm to her mouth,
Yeah, that'll
her
do it.
teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
Yeah, ew.
It's the blade from upstairs.
Oh.
You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Are you sure? I'm gonna save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
She's like, well, I guess it can't be helped. Ah!
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay, approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No.
Narrator!
Can't just let her escape into the world.
Rude.
As the princess approaches
No.
the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Again, I must say, witness me. Shh.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
No! I'm gonna warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I'm not planning to if I can help it.
Your
Not in
body
this one.
lunges forward,
No!
the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
So many choices, yet it feels like I only have two.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Very nimble for someone without an arm.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No. Resist. Let's do it. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
I mean, I barely know what I am.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to
Oh.
be quick.
I mean, not ideal, but I'm also trying to kill her, so I mean, fair.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Just a flesh wound.
Sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Hey there, a jolly jester. Welcome to the stream. See, we have done a previous stream where we kind of kick-started things, so I know what the rough premise of the game is now, but yes, it is a first proper playthrough of Slay the Princess. It's kind of weird to talk to it and to speak to it in terms like that, but it's like, I don't know, there's the achievement, here's where the real game starts. So, that's where we're at.
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming
We're trying
from
a
you.
pacifist playthrough for
As much
this
as I
one.
prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Oh, thank you. Much appreciated. Thanks for stopping by.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yep. I mean, got stabbed like 1,000,000 times. The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay her.
Okay, so we're getting the deja vu dialogue, but... Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
The narrator's like, who, me? No, I would never.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time.
There it is!
If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
I figured this was going to be the one where we see Voice of the Smitten. We've seen, like, glimpses of some of the other voices. Like, I saw snippets of Voice of the Smitten in the last stream, so now it's like, this is his time to shine.
Our beloved?
The hero's like, okay.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
I like the passion. I like the energy. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions.
Oh,
but
yeah,
fine.
we've done this one.
I'll indulge you,
'cause I remember
that's
this
what it takes
answer.
to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. You were the one who did us in, villain.
Yes.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
I hate the monarchy, says the narrator.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Maybe. Hey there, Infamous God. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well on your end. Top of the night, dude. Yes, top of the night to you as well. Doing pretty well. Slowly getting my energy back after getting sick over the holidays, but feeling pretty good.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't
Excited
any
to not kill a princess
you
in
forced
this
the
run.
princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
It didn't matter, I died. I can't vouch for it one way or the other.
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as
This
part
one,
of some
anyway.
convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Like, that princess didn't even know. Like, I'm trying to find the right words here. She knew enough violence to just start, like, tearing through her own wrist, but, like, woman could not handle a knife. Either that or she was pretending she couldn't, and she was just like, die!
Convoluted. I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us.
We outnumber you.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Oh, probably not, but we're gonna commit to it anyway. Let's talk about this princess. We can proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
I love the sound of my own voice, but I love her more.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind.
The honesty.
Focus on the task
Gotta value the
ahead.
honesty. Alright, let's proceed. Alright, how does it look inside for this one?
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Now, I'm not gonna grab the knife. There was part of me that's like, maybe I should grab the knife so then that way, like, if I have to cut her free again, that's an option. But I feel like the narrative will give one to me if I'm playing passively,
The blade is your
if it's
implement.
necessary.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
But I'm not doing this right. We're not gonna worry about the mirror too much, but let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open.
This is
revealing an
nice.
intricate stairwell.
Like, creepy still.
Gold-trimmed carpet
but
glimmers in the light
nicer
of the
than we've
torches
seen.
positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I love how the narrator's like, can I try and spin that with this one?
A soft
It's like,
voice
oh.
carries up the stairs.
Still a prison.
Hello? Is someone there?
She sounds meeker in this one.
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
He's fun. I like him.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Oh, but it's fun.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
How do I know it's not part of your manipulation, narrator?
You walk down the stairs and
Oh,
lock
that's
eyes
a
with the princess.
frillier
There's a heavy
dress.
chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Okay, apologies before we go too much further. Allergies are acting up. One quick second. Thank you. Alright, let's continue.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
I needed to fan myself a bit. I mean, it's not the, like, goddess princess we had that first time. She's cute, but she's not mommy.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
It roars like a mighty lion.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Okay, so I know we've kind of figured that, like, the prison she's in is always, like, impossible space. I still find it really funny that we have gone downstairs from the cabin and there's a window. I guess maybe if it's built into a cliffside and it's looking outwards from the cliffside, there could be a window, but to me it just screams impossible space.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero.
Ooh.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Jeez, if I know you two were that easy, I would have called you dashing heroes a long time ago.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Oh, maybe. It's another invisible mirror.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to
Screen,
oblivion.
screen.
I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
No, we don't.
Now, hold on.
We don't have a
If she
knife.
actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Introducing doubt?
We never saw a world end. And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
See, that's what I was saying. I'm like, if the cabin's up on a cliff top and it drops right after, if we went down in the cabin to, like, the basement prison area, it could conceivably be looking out, like, past the cliff.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
No, I don't get paid enough to do this. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I mean, we know why she did that. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator sent me here to kill you. You took over... Wait, the narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair. Rescue the princess. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Well, that answers everything. So but before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world? Here, I'm just gonna be like, I'm sorry about what happened.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
See?
She
so
took that
supportive.
in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
I don't put women on a pedestal. It was just a flesh wound.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Alright. I figure it doesn't hurt to ask these.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
I mean, I'd rather not.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Shh.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Can't. You know what? I'll ask her. I'm still gonna rescue her, obviously. But I'm just curious what she'll say.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
She's gaslighting us. Oh, 100%. But we're going full simp run on this one.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
After all, she is a ruler. She is a princess.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
But he's having so much fun. Okay, but before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Oh my gosh, okay.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want to end the world. I have no feelings one way or the other about the world ending. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all. Okay, this is interesting. I have no feelings one way or the other about love and hate Smitany. Yeah, like, you hate them, but you love them for the exact same reason. Like, I totally get it. It's like, in real life, couldn't stand them. In this game setting, love them. And also, welcome to the stream, Eastwind4869. Hope you're doing well. Okay. The reason I'm hesitating is because I'm worried that if I say, no, I don't want the world to end, she'll kill herself because she knows that, like, oh, well, by me being alive, it's gonna go against the thing you want to happen. So therefore, for you, I'm gonna just do this because that seems to be what this princess's motive is. But I feel like we can be kind of indifferent. This feel like if it's like the world sucks and like I'd rather save you. Here, I'm gonna say I have no feelings one way or the other about the world ending.
At least you're being honest. I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a nihilist.
That's true. I don't know. Like, I always hesitate to take the silent one just because I feel like at that point the game usually puts like words in your mouth. Not this one specifically, but I feel like in most games, if there's like an ellipses option, 9 times out of 10, like the game just kind of goes, that's weird, and then just kind of continues onwards. I feel like this at least shows I have something of a stance. Because I do want to respond. I just don't want it to turn into a problem. It's gonna anyway, but... Silent killer last time. It's true, we were a silent killer last time. It was just straight to violence. Let's go.
The princess shifts in uncomfortable confusion.
I feel like she would have said that if we stayed silent.
Me too. I don't care.
She wasn't confused for long.
If she doesn't care, then clearly she didn't end the world. It would take a great desire for evil to do something so inconceivable, and our dearest has not an ounce of cruelty within her. All is well, and it's high time we rescued our beloved.
Alright, well let's rescue that princess.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I mean, like, the narrator's got his own motives. That's for certain. I feel like we don't have the whole story on what the narrator is or isn't. He seems to be a manipulating force that she can just as easily become as well. Like, we as a character are so easily manipulated by not just our own, like, internal voices, but, like, figures outside of ourselves. So it's sort of like, I don't know what he is.
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Oh, okay, you might not have seen it in the last stream. There was an option where it's sort of like you can just choose to not go to the cabin, and you have to, like, stubbornly, like, keep turning away. It's like no matter where you go, it's like cabin, 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 and the narrator's like, go up to the cabin already, and you're like, no. And then the world kind of folds in on itself.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you.
He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Look, it slides right off.
And gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Yeah, probably.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
The mad lad actually did it. Stranger's one of the favorite princesses.
I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I don't think we got the stranger. I'm trying to recall. Because the first one was like the angry goddess one. And then there was Razor? And then there's Damsel. The game always finds a way to do it. What makes this run any different?
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, is that one the straight? Okay, I could not recall the name of the chapter for that one. My bad.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Narrator's like, yuck. Yes, okay, I couldn't remember if that was like the official name for that run or not. That's on me. See, look at that. This is so wholesome. Although it does make me wonder, why was she trapped if she could just, like, slide it off? Just, a gentle breeze.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
Yeah.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
The power of love.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Ah! I apologize. I just saw, like, my volume just jump into the red there. I'm just gonna lower my mic volume just a titch. For the sake of your ears, let me just make that adjustment. He knows. He's reading my brain.
What do we do now?
What do you want to... She's gonna be like, well, what do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world?
That's how you know they've, like, seamlessly weaved their way into my mind. You know what? Fantastic song. Great trilogy.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
But now that I think about it, ending all of civilization sounds kind of fun right now.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I knew it. See, like, we've been together now for all of, like, a minute, and it's already devolving into the whole, like, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you feel like? I don't know. I'll just have whatever you pick. What if I don't want to pick? This is what I've signed up for. I mean, honestly, I would not put it past this game to do that. Okay, I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? We can just leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. See, like, this could be said angrily, which I don't want. Like, I read it with enthusiasm, but it also could be like, there must be something you want, like an exasperated.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
There's gotta be more to it.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
The music's taken a turn, though. Yeah, why the room darken? Why the music darken? You have to want something more than just making me happy. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me. I want you to make me unhappy. Do you want to end the world? No, we're not doing that one. I mean, we could play into that. I don't know. Part of me wants to, like, keep it all, like, sunshine and rainbows, but another part of me is just like, let's get into the weeds. Like, let's needle this princess and We could still just leave. Like, that's the thing. Part of me wants to avoid the twisted, but another part of me is like, I kind of want to see what happens. Yeah, the soundtrack is getting a little uneasy. Yep. Yeah, let's play into it. I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. Or here, if you want to leave, then let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
Music changes.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
Oh, I wish she was just miserable.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
You die.
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
It's not gonna open the door, though.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
That seems to be his trend in this playthrough. Like, in this loop of things.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
Oh, but it's funny, though.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I mean, that's me. Do you think you can open it? I think we can open it if we try together. I think I've got this. Open the door. This isn't gonna work. Do you think you can open it?
Well, I don't know. Do you think I can?
Of course she can. You believe in her, right?
Nobody is leaving this basement.
I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech.
Honestly, 100%. Like, it's like, oh my god, I've spent hours writing this scenario for you guys, and you're just going way off script.
And the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and...
Oh, look at that, the front door
There's
is
still a
locked.
chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Oh, you're not doing that. You can't talk your way out of everything. Gonna try anyway.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
Aw, cry about it.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin,
He could have locked it.
and then you step outside.
Romantic haze, your love will set you free.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go?
Uh-oh.
Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
I'm sorry, we have feathers? I thought we saw feathers in a previous death, but I thought that was just like a random thing. Whoop. And there she goes. Our beloved, no! My heart yearns for you. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Add her to the book, to the collection.
And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared. No, narrator's just gone now. Interesting. We can talk to the voice of the hero. I don't think we could talk to him before in, like, the previous one. Interesting. Okay. That seems mean. I'm just gonna say it's gonna be okay.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
Oh, I don't like that silence.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The decay you've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Alright, now I'm gonna read your comment, Eastwind. I just wanted to make sure I was taking in what she was saying first. Basically only gain voices when we die in loops. Yes, we saw that with Razor, or we died so many times. It was very busy upstairs. Very dissociative identity disorder, since it alters typically because of trauma, and dying is pretty damn traumatic. That's true. That's a good, interesting theory. Okay. I haven't thought about it too much in terms of the voices. I wondered if maybe that's something the game's going to explore as you continue onwards, but at the same time I could also see the game just kind of going, it's something you gotta figure out for yourself. You come up with your own explanation of why this is.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. Yes, they do. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? That's an interesting question. I'm probably gonna ask that. What do you think of this vessel? I'm still planning to kill you once we're done with this. You know that at the end of this, I'm gonna kill you, right? Okay, we've seen these ones. You know what happens, the worlds we leave behind. Figure out what you'll want when we finished. Okay, here, let's work our way down then. Okay. Yeah, like, I can totally believe it. Like, it certainly, like, makes sense in terms of, like, the general feeling of the game, I suppose. I'm having trouble finding the right words, but I completely see where your theory comes in. Let's see. How can you stand to be a contradiction? I'll ask that.
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me. Even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Well, it doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. Going full smitten. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or the other on the matter. Oh no, we're gonna have an opinion on this one. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me, and I hate it. I think I hate you. I imagine this is all gonna build into, like, slay the princess or don't slay the princess. So, like, nobody confirm or deny that. I'm just kind of throwing the idea out there. We're building her up to be something bigger, and then it's up to us to decide how we're going to approach how to deal with her, one way or the other. But I'm almost kind of leaning towards not killing her. I don't know. I know there's going to be the risk of, like, everything ends, the world is over. But, like, the game has also been telling us this has happened over and over again. It kind of desensitizes you a bit to it. So I guess that, like, makes it a more viable option. Also, really apologize, my allergies are acting up tonight. Just one quick second, and I will pick an answer, I promise. Alright, we're back. Okay, I will say, like, as a player, I do feel distanced from it as soon as, like, we exit out of the loop. Like, I don't view her as an extension of them, with whatever happened to them. I know she is. She's a culmination of all of them, but I don't know. Just me as an individual, I view them differently.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Here, I'm just gonna ask this for the sake of asking it, and we'll see what she says. You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
I am everything and nothing. Do you still not care what I bring you next? Or, ooh, actually. Yu-Gi-Oh's a big one. Oh, that's true, yeah! The alternate personalities. I feel like I've asked her this before, but let me just ask.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Ooh, I was about to say another example of DID, but it technically is a spoiler for the series that it's in, so the series is not new. But I will say it would give away, like, the spoiler of, like, the big reveal of season 1 of this show. So, if you have seen this show that is set in New York, then you might be familiar with what this show is. Let's see. I'm trying not to go into too many details. Let's see. I'm still going to kill you once we're done. You know that at the end of this... No, I'm not going to say the kill you lines. What have you figured out? Or have you figured out what you'll want when we finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me.
I mean, you could argue Venom was something like an alternate personality. So, I mean, in a sense, that's not the one I'm thinking of, but in a sense, that also works.
I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
This is an interesting dynamic between you and her. Let's see. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow? I suppose so, yeah. Like, most normal people wouldn't piece it together that he's got an ancient artifact that's leading to this switcheroo. How many more vessels do I need?
We will know when we near our destination.
But not yet. Let's see. So no preferences, you sure?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
I don't think it's an age change, though. I don't know. The way I always saw it is it's like he carries himself differently. Like he carries himself with the confidence. But I don't think it actually physically changes him. That's the way I have always, like, interpreted it. Yeah, like it's a visual for the audience's sake. That's true. I don't know. I see it that we're seeing it from, like, the audience's perspective, which is, like, separate from what's actually happening. But that's just the way I read it. I can ask her, destroy your body? No. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Oop. It scares me every time. The hero and the princess. Bring the damsel to her, a loving vessel.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to sleep.
Alright. What angle do we want to go for now? Because we've started off with peace then violence. We've gone in just straight violence. We've gone straight peace. We've chosen not to participate at all. What alternatives do we have here? Because we did this one. We technically did that with the first one. Where, like, we picked up the knife. Or I guess the last one was peace that we could have turned into violence. But the game also says that it locks out pathways once you've completed them. Oh, right. Yeah, Akito and Akito. Yeah, with, like, the switching of the eye patch one. Let's see. I don't know, do we want to see if we can do, like a skeezy one? I don't know. Do I get some sort of reward for this? This might not even be a pathway. I'm just guessing.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
What else? Oh, can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I don't believe you. Okay, what do we got here? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Can't someone else do it? Okay, see, I don't know if this puts us on the pathway of, like, we're just not gonna do it. Like,
are you serious? No, you have to do it.
I'm just trying to think of a different avenue to chase with this. Can't someone else do it?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't. Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
All right, let's proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. The blade is your implement.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the blade, and I'm gonna see what happens if I decide to, like, change, or have we done that where, like, I've changed my mind and it's like, no, you stab her anyway. Like, that's true. It was trauma. Was that his dad? Because I do remember where he was like, say, it was like, oh, that's my older brother. I did not know that. Mind you, I didn't follow Air Gear too far, so, like, you're not spoiling the series for me all that much, if I'm being honest. But that's interesting. I did not know that. I know Air Gear goes into some weird directions, though. I'm gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Let's see what happens.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh, yep, it's a repeat of the first one again.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Oh yeah, because it was back when it's like, you got your 24 episodes and that's it. It was the same with Fruits Basket the first time around. Basically just an ad for the manga.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Actually, you know what? I should probably save. There we go.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
She's less nice. You know what? Let's talk to her on her level. I'm just gonna see where this goes. This could go off the rails and I might have to redo it, but let's just see what happens. Oh yeah, I do think I remember hearing about that there was a third one. Yeah, I think it's like when the patch comes off.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Alright, let's drop it. Let's see what happens.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Let's talk it out. Let's see what happens.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Honestly, like, half the female characters have a crush on Iki. It's like...
We'll be fine.
It's Erger.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reason.
I will say the art's beautiful, though.
Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
It's been worse. Let's see. A relationship are you coming on? What am I trying to neg her? Yeah, it's pretty awkward. How would I get you out of here? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. What are you, coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
I was gonna say living his best life, but that's debatable. Do you know I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
So what are your political beliefs? Let's see. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness. Or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
There's no detail with you or me either. How do I get you out of here? How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
I mean, we saw this in the last one, but this is a very different energy.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
Soul Eater, absolutely. We need a Soul Eater brotherhood. And I know every once in a while somebody in the anime community kind of brings that up where it's like, why haven't they remade Soul Eater?
You know why you're here.
Let's see. Get you out of here, examine the chains. I'm going to keep you locked away down here. At least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away. Ooh. Let's see. Let's try this one.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Okay.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Ooh. Okay, I can just keep her... I'm locking her in the basement. Okay, so it's not even like slaying her at this point. It's just like, I'm just gonna keep her locked here. Though, like, part of me wants to kind of let her out to see, like, what does cooperating look like at this point? Like, she's definitely gonna kill me as soon as I let her out. But I'm curious if that's gonna open a new pathway. Let's try and get her out of here.
Oh, for the love of...
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
You're making a huge mistake.
It's just gals being gals.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Like, I know we're kind of replaying a bit of what happened in the last loop, but the energy is so different that I figure we're gonna get a different outcome from it.
Doubtful.
I'm hoping.
Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
If there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here? I'm gonna check upstairs, maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Let's see. So I'm probably gonna screw up the names. So in the ones for the names that I don't remember, I will describe them. There is the one you meant, I believe it was the one that Chad already mentioned, where it was like the cabins on cabins on cabins. Did that one. We did the one where she's like a large goddess lady. We did Razor, that's the name I remember. There's the damsel we just did. I believe that's all we've got. I figure I will stumble into it one way or the other, whatever the next one is. Here. Any ideas?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. Is someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs.
I'm not getting out.
This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
No.
Easier for whom?
Oh, is that tower? Okay, thank you.
Easier for everyone.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Now that you've said that. Yeah, that fits.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
It is funny that, like, the lines are the exact same as the damsel, but the read is, like, it drastically changes the energy of the scene. Oh, that's Stranger. Okay.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't
Alright.
like what happens if you do that.
Oh, probably not, but we're gonna do it anyway. Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her as the princess approaches the bottom stair. Your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Okay. Actually, ooh, do I have a choice
Wait,
here?
this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Ooh, all we can do... Ooh! Hey there, Mischief. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well tonight. All we can do is warn her. Oh, it is. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Oh, nice.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
She's like, bitch, you already did this.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Nope. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
That is funny. The power dynamic is different. I don't know if this is like narratively trying to tell the story of this loop, or if it's like, hey, I didn't technically slay her before when we kind of played through this similar scenario. Yeah, fair. Yeah.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
See, she knows what she's doing.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Okay, now the big question is, what new voice is about to enter my head? Ooh, the new one, the prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay. Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. Don't forget what he did to us the last time
Yep,
around.
it's a skeptic.
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large?
You keep saying
I told you
that.
about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Let's proceed to the cabin. We'll get her out.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
No, I didn't. Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Alright, let's proceed.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon.
Okay.
A few pathetic
Prisoner.
wisps
Fair.
of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm just debating whether I want to take the blade in this one or not. I think I will, just because I feel like the energy of this one is a lot darker than the last one. Let's take it.
You take the blade from the table.
I feel like she can defend
It will be
herself
difficult
if
to
it
slay the
comes down
princess
to
and
it.
save the world without a weapon.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Let's see. Let's actually. Maybe this is something to ask once I've wrapped up like a proper playthrough of it. I'm curious about the significance of the mirror like in this step of things, but maybe that will get revealed later. I'm not sure. Let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
Oh,
You
really?
walk down the stairs and
Ooh,
lock eyes with the
okay.
princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves, the chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
I mean, that's been there in almost every single other loop. But yes, like, I understand he's the skeptic.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. Leave the princess in the basement. You know what? I'm gonna sit with her. Let's cooperate.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
You know what? That's fair.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Let's sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Okay, here, hold on. Let's do a save here. There we go. Just in case. I haven't save scummed yet, but not a bad idea to save.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? That other chain on the wall. Who was it for? What would you have me do? I think I'm just gonna leave you here, actually. You're not much of a threat to anyone locked up like that. Bye! Leave the princess in the basement. Slay the princess. My intentions? What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
No, probably not.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
She's probably very sure of that.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
Easy.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
Okay, we're getting a bit more insight now.
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
I think this is the most insight he's given us on, like, the dynamics of this. Very interesting.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Oh, probably.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Okay, this is very quickly becoming a narrator run. What is this?
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right?
Turns it around.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Hey, we're debating in here. What happened after I died last time? How am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head is in a shackle too. That other chain on the wall, who is it for?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
I wouldn't rule that out, given how kooky this game is.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Okay, I do want to ask this, but I kind of want to ask this first. So that other chain on the wall, who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Ooh, we can inspect it. Okay, here, I'm gonna ask this first.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Ooh, okay. So we have at least two options here. One, we hand her the knife and she, like, beheads herself so she can get out. Or we can be trapped down there with her. You know what? Let's hand her the knife and see what happens.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Here, let's give it a save. Just in case. Now I'm save scumming. I'm not reloading the saves, I'm just saving, just in case.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
It's not really helping.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
I'm thinking it's that last one. Inspect the shackle. I'm not giving you a weapon. You realize I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right? I'm not giving you a weapon. In case you've forgotten, you killed me with it last time. I kind of do too. Like, it's an interesting dynamic. Cut you out of here. I'm not giving you a weapon. Okay, I'm trusting you. If you want to leave, I'm going to be the one with the weapon. Deal with it. Cut her out on your own. Ooh. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave you here, actually. Not much of a threat. Slay the princess. Here, let's go with this one.
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me. I'm extremely patient.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
Here, I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you a weapon. Okay. These are the two I'm kind of leaning towards right now. Part of me wants to give her the knife to see what happens. Worst case scenario, she just kills me. Which has happened so many times already. So, let's give her the knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over
No.
to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, you've already tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly. If
I
I
love
were
this
you,
game.
I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
I expect nothing less.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing?
No, you know what she's doing.
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
No.
Watch in uneasy silence, because if I'm going through with this, so are you. We're trauma bonding together, folks.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
I'm grimacing, but I know I'm also the cause of this problem.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
That's the strat.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet.
Oh boy, that's something.
Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Does anyone have some duct tape? Some staples.
The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Bravo, we did it.
Are you sure she's not winking at us?
Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased.
I don't know. She's done this before.
I hate
Not
this.
the beheading bit,
just
but
get out of here now, please.
she's died and come back before.
Of course, the princess is
Not
saying
like
the
in a
world is
loop,
saved.
but-
Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Ooh, my reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
Once again, just like a DM who's like, all right, you did it. You beat the big evil bad guy. It's like, I want a trophy. It's like, what? Ugh. Okay, fine. You can take the dragon's horn or whatever the heck.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things. The danger has passed. You can relax.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I'm with Skeptic.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us. So can we leave already?
So, I've played Portal. I don't believe that there's an actual reward that you can claim with this. But I don't know. Would take the princess with you mean like the head? Yeah, let's take it. Why not? Let's go for it.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not?
What public? It's just the narrator, me, the voices in my head, and her.
Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Alright, leave the cabin and claim your reward. If it's cake, I will scream.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Talking heads, free a prisoner.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
Yep.
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
There's always that chill. And the hens. And there she goes. Oh boy. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Oh, you're not gonna find her there.
And is that a mirror?
Yeah, I mean... I'm not making a great case for myself as the one to save the world. That's for sure. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The remains you've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world
Oh, they brought her body.
beyond
That
the
was
endless
nice.
walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think there's anything real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Oh, okay, hold on. You know what's gonna happen when you awaken? When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Perhaps. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does. And when I find him, you and I are going to finally have some answers. He does. And when I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. Who's she going to tell? I'm like the only other person she knows. Okay. Here, I'm gonna say he does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Ooh. Do you know what's gonna happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Oh, fair enough. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
This is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you? If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Alright, I'm ready to go back. One more.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Maybe.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Every time. Every time. Alright. A gratuitous vessel. Bring the prisoner's head to her.
You're on a path.
Here. Let's do a save.
You're here to slay.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what angle we haven't already done. So, we've gone in full tilt. We've gone in full pacifist. We've gone in, like, full simp. We've gone in with the intent to kill her and then change our mind. We go in with the intent to be peaceful and then kill her. Like, we have done a number of variations here, and I'm just trying to figure out what one I'm missing. It is. The rest, like, the horror aspects of the rest of it are just, like, the uneasiness and, like, the sound effects. The sound effects kind of get me a bit, too. What is our final princess? What do we got here? I'm just trying to think of what angle I haven't already done. I guess we'll just silently go to the cabin? I guess? Like, I guess we'll go without taking the blade? Maybe? Here, we'll give it a try.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Because we've gone through with it where I haven't grabbed the blade. But I feel like I've almost done, like, most of the variations with a
The
blade.
interior of the blade.
That is true. Let's give that a try.
The door to her voice
Hello? Is someone there?
is hypnotizing. Don't let.
Okay, I'm gonna skip most of this because we did just play this earlier on in the stream. Here, let's try a different avenue. Oh, I'm here to save you.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Or I don't know, because this is a different princess now, if I do get the blade, I could kill her. Like, we'll see what happens.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Actually, let's try talking with her. Let's see what we get.
Okay.
It's gonna be interesting now getting this, like, version of the conversation. Here, what's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
What a nightmare. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Yeah, that is a good question, but we're a monster-looking thing with feathers. So take from that what you will. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? Very valid question. I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? That's what I seem to gather, yeah. Sir, I can't trust you, this doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. Retrieve the blade. Oh. Will he let me out to go get the blade? Interesting. Can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. I'm gonna get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. Jeez, there are so many different vibes you can go for with this one. Here. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
But I definitely don't know why.
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Even if I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
You're overthinking it.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
Trying to flip it back around on me.
It's not like you'd believe me.
Interesting. Should we go retrieve the blade? Ooh, I'm just trying to think. Because we can talk to her some more. And then, like, get the blade if we have to. Like, if we have the option. But, you know, I'm gonna keep you locked away down here. At least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Actually, hold on. Hold on. You know what? Just in case. I'm learning. It's slow, and I'm learning. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk. Here, let's see what happens.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Please, just let me out.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Ooh, now we're getting the snippy one.
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Let's retrieve the blade. Let's see what happens.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
But the door slammed shut.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Oh no, I'll be right back.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry.
No, I mean, she can't just slip out, but also run faster up those stairs, get the blade.
You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade,
If
both
she
yours
rushes up
and
the
the
stairs
world's
through that
only
door,
possible
I will
salvation.
scream.
Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Fear. Fear. Fear.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Hello? I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over? She's lost an arm. I'm locking her down here and letting her bleed out. Or let's finish this. Ooh. I mean, we're going aggro now, but like... I'm trying to decide between these two. Here, hold on. Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Investigate the arm, close the door behind you. Yeah, let's lock ourselves in here with her.
As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs. You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead. She slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place. No!
Oopsie.
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free.
With those parting words, the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot. You're stuck here, alone.
The narrator's like, I hope you're happy.
It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
I know, but I'm probably gonna have to kill myself.
You don't know how much time passes before the end,
Oh,
but eventually it comes.
the passage of time gets me. Not the end of the world, though, apparently.
The world ends,
Oh, never mind.
and you end with it.
The witch. Okay. The
You're on a
witch?
path in the woods,
I do like the movie
and
The
at the
Witch.
end of that path is a cabin. You're here.
But I died. What am I doing here? Let's proceed. Let's see what we get.
A warning. She will Don't worry. You can trust us to
No.
get the job done.
Opportunist. Okay.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Oh, okay. So there are, like, multiple ways to get different routes. Interesting.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Alright, let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I get the feeling I'm gonna hate the thing I'm gonna find at the bottom of these stairs. I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Okay, so that also leads to Witch? Okay, so I got there, but just an alternate way. Okay.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Don't get your hopes up.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
I don't know.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
That's multiple voices that just want to hear themselves talk.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
Hey.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Also the potential to get the favorite princess, the Thorn Princess. Oh, interesting.
And there
Okay.
you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
Dang it, she knew.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
That's what I noticed too. Like, okay, what are we getting here?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other.
What? No, no way.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
What?
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time?
No.
No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
No, I'm very upset about it, actually.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Ooh, okay, let's look at our options here. I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes. Don't worry, the blade isn't for you. Or not for killing you. We've got to get you out of here somehow, right? I get the sense that you're not happy with me. I didn't do shit to you last time. You're the one who locked me away until I died. I died last time. You didn't. If anyone here shouldn't be trusted, it's you. Look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. Can't you get out of those on your own? Those chains didn't stop you last time. Why do I have the nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here? I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her the blade. I'm not doing that. I don't trust you. Not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Bye. I'd like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time, and I think you might be a danger to the world. I'm gonna attack you now. Slay the princess. Or just slay the princess. Wow, there's a lot of options here. I kinda want to see what the team up one looks like. Let's see what happens here. Look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. Like, we should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Wearing the blade isn't for you. I get the sense you're not happy with me. I guess I'll cut you out of here. Can't you get out of those on your own? Yeah. Let's see. I don't think I should apologize to her. I mean, I did walk away from her, and that's why she probably panicked, but still. Let's see. I don't know if I want to give her the knife. That's the thing. Here, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Maybe the blade isn't for you, or not for killing you. We gotta get you out of here. Yeah? I don't know, I haven't saved. I know I keep saving in the off chance, but like. Alright. Let's do a save, scum. Why not? Alright, let's give her the knife. Give her the blade.
You can't be serious.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no.
As do I. I, abstain?
You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade. Give her the blade. Yeah, never mind. That was such a silly idea. I'm not going to give her the blade. She clearly hates us. Don't do it.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now.
Which she might.
Luckily for us, you're not her.
Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
That's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it, so now it's your time to choose. I kind of like that answer. We're both scared and we're both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. Do you want that? I don't. We can be better than this. I don't think that's gonna go well. You're beautiful. I want to actually save you, and this feels like the only way to do it. I know you're like someone I know. If you're like someone I know, you're probably going to kill me or remain silent. Here, I'll say that's up to you. That's why I gave you the blade. I chose, I regret it. So now it's your turn to choose. She's probably gonna kill me.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do.
Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
Why did you make me do this to you?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Womp womp. Past life gambit. Hand your power to a suspicious character. Chapter 3, The Thorn.
You're on a path in the woods.
Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway.
Yep.
I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
I love how the narrator's like, hello, I'm here, excuse me.
Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once.
Sure.
Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This place is different, keeps changing. We're going to free her. We're even now. I'm sure she understands that, but we can see what she has to say for herself when we get to the cabin. I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her after she stabbed me in the heart. Screw the cabin, what happens if we just leave? You sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through. Proceed to the cabin. Silently proceed to the cabin. I'm done with this. Bye. Let's see. This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game.
I gotta say, like, this voice of the cheated can be annoying. I think he's hilarious.
I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
Huh? I mean, we're even now. Like, I'm sure she understands that, but we can see what she has to say for herself when we get to the cabin.
Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. Trust in what plan? The Decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself. Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling us. We should keep our cards close to our chest. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. You should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
Seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice. So you knew this could happen. Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it. Great! Not even he really seems to get what's going on. If the guy who goes around acting like he knows all the rules doesn't even know how this works, what's the point in listening? Then we can all move on and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. It sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already.
Oh, maybe.
I need to stop talking.
One or two.
Think happy thoughts.
Alright, no matter what happens next, seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's go.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, isn't right? There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Interesting.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
But we break the rules all the time.
Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
How do we even get down there? The only thing I see is the mirror. You know, we're going to approach the mirror. We know what will happen.
Step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. Might as well take a look while we can. There's nothing else to do here now that the knife has been taken from us.
Wipe the
Reach
mirror
forward
clean.
and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you doing? Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Alright, enter the basement.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
Why not?
They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? I lock you away and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
You know what, at this point, I don't know. I want to figure out a way out of here for good. I don't know what I want. Never really chose to come here. I want to free you, I mean it. I just want to talk, really talk. Proceed down the stairs. I don't know, I guess I want to figure out a way out of here for good.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Alright, proceed down the stairs.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here to laugh. What did you think would happen after you killed me? Did you think I wouldn't hold it against you? I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you if you'll let me. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. Reach for the blade. You're in a prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest. Turn and leave. Guess I don't have anything left to say to you. Turn and leave. Fine, if you're going to be like that, I'm going to leave. Have a nice life. Turn and leave. Here, hold on. Here, I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. Here, just in case. Just in case. You have to give me the blade, though.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind? I'm not just gonna reach for it. She's gonna stab me if I do. Here, you're not the only one who yearns for freedom.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
And you've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Yes. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind? Can I take the blade now? Let's see. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
That's all we got.
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own.
Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. But it does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse.
We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
Maybe it's past time for either of us to say anything. All that counts is action. Ooh, can I take the blade now? I'm just thinking if I start reaching for the blade, it's gonna be, no! Like, Well, that counts as action. Let's try it.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
Yes.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it.
Hasn't gotten that far yet.
We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
No.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1.
It's 2 against 2.
You don't count.
And why shouldn't he count?
Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
I'm gonna cut her free. I just wanted the blade back. You're on your own.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines,
True
imprisoning
friendship.
the princess, and she
It's like
flinches,
whatever shuts you up.
relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
Opportunist.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Of course I did. I just really hate the people who put us here. More hugs.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
But the door's locked, idiots.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine, they're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting, we can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Alright, cut into the thorns.
As you
Oh,
swing your
okay.
blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield.
That's alright. I'm fine with this.
Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Alright, step into your freedom. Turning over a new leaf, work through some issues, and learn to trust again.
And step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
You absolute monsters.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
Why is it cold?
Why is it so cold?
Yep. Here we go. Last one. That's a good one. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Yeah. Approach the mirror, as we always do. You approach the mirror, gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Ooh, but that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Explore, are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Ooh, a crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Ooh. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Doesn't it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me, or are you something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? Gosh, there are so many questions here. I've met you many times. Have you been the same all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? Destroy the mirror. All right, let's work our way down. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help, after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
It's loud. Okay. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an Ether. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you. You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different? Oh, I do? Oh, okay. Hold on. I should be more careful. Does it hurt? I'm sorry. Will it help if I look away? Every time I ask you something, a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me, or are you something else? Yeah, have you been the same you all along?
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at all these questions. Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris? After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off? Sorry, don't want to destroy you. Every time I ask you something breaks. You're a part of me. I'm curious about that one. So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being possible. Why did you lie to me? If you made me, then what am I? I'm curious about that too. Where's the princess? Did you make her too? The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? And what is my true identity? Ooh, there are some good questions here. Okay. Okay, so you, if you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh. Okay. Alright, what else do we got? Are you a god, or were you a god? Oh yeah, what is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Okay. If you made us, then I want you to know this has been torture. This sucks. Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? What would it be like to live in a world without her? Ooh. I want to be God, want to be me, a god. I always knew I was special. What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light. Burdenless. An eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear. No more howling chaos. Just life. Forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Let's see what else. Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her?
Of course they won't be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
What else do we have here? I'm like hyper focusing on like what are the biggie questions. Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone? That's a good question, actually. I'm curious about that. After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? That's a loaded question. I'm just seeing if there's anything else. Sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Nope. Yes, could be a part of me, something else? No. Why couldn't you have told me all this from the start? I would have helped you destroy her. She's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be. Can't I just will her into something else? Or into something small? So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it. Why did you lie to me? How did you die? Why did you make her a princess? Ooh, that's a good question too. Jeez. Of all things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread? Am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept? What if neither of us leave this place? Does that work? Can we just stay here together and leave people out there alone? Why would you want to rid the world of death? Pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even. Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times. Oh my gosh. Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
Nope, I think I might have one or two more left, and that's it. If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
Death of the author, run out of questions. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Rest easy. Oh, or I can... Okay. I can tell him, like, for realsies, and I can tell him as a lie. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all this. Say nothing and watch him end. Ooh, I believe there should be death, but I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
There it goes. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The Long Quiet, all of this is you. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Ah, a thorny vessel. Bring the thorn to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. No, there is. It's just hiding. There she is.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear a conversation? I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means. What happens now?
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
So what happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Okay, there's so many stories we left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is all this falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions, and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. I told you what was going to happen when we reached this point. Slay the princess. Slay the princess. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. It can't just come down to me either destroying you. I won't do it. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Whoops.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured. and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
If I had known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other. I won't engage with violence. Ooh, how do I want to approach this? Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other. I mean, hold on. I wanna save here. Just in case. Just in case.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. To question everything is to deny proof of the reality that lies in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you did not live alone. You found me, and we held trust in each other for no reason than to believe in something that wasn't us. Cult skepticism turned to liberation, but it required a journey to blossom. Though you have blossomed, do you have no more journeys left to make? What of those in the spaces beyond? Would you erase the path ahead to hold everyone still?
It's just a metaphor. I want to protect them. I don't want to keep anyone still. What does the path matter if it always ends? I won't engage with this. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Stop the fight early and surrender. Ooh. Like, admittedly, I don't want to fight her. I don't want to slay her. Like, I believe the concept of death serves a purpose. Don't want to keep anyone still.
Nor should you. Nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. Your liver drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Swayed by emotion, we both know that. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left me. I won't engage in violence. I just want to make sure I'm just rereading what she had said, just so I make sure I'm responding in the most accurate way to how I'm feeling. Can hold us back. That feeling never left me?
Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together, hand in loving hand.
Oh wait, what? I can convince her? Of what? Okay. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna save. Just in case. Let's stop the fight early and surrender. Through conflict we carve meaning.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware just as you have always been and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. There are no endings, only new beginnings. Okay. I'm not sure if that's the good ending. Like, I don't know if there's like a good ending, bad ending. Reascend to Godhood ending. Okay. Yes, I really enjoyed it. Like, I don't know what I was expecting going into this game. It wasn't this, but I was very pleasantly surprised. Like, I don't know, just like the dark comedy aspects of it, and like it got a lot more existential than I thought it would get. The different twists and turns you could do. That's great. Our song finished the game. The good ending doesn't count. What? That's on not slaying the princess. Thank you. I lost the game. Oh no, I'm sorry. I said it without thinking. Return to the main menu. Oh boy. So I guess I failed Slay the Princess. But you know what? Death has a place in the universe as much as we fear it and we don't like it. I don't know, like living in infinite happiness but forgetfulness doesn't sit super well with me. I don't know. Yeah, I'm terrible. But we have gone well over time. But thank you so much for joining me for the finale of Slay the Princess. I had a great time playing this game. I will probably offline give it another go, maybe in like a little bit once I've had a bit of time to breathe from it. But yes, we are going to be starting a new game next week on Monday night at 7:30. It is likely going to be Mass Effect Andromeda. We're going to do something totally different. So, we're going to be going back to the Mass Effect universe. Ooh, hold on. What is happening here? I had this playing in the background. I've never stayed on the main menu this long. That is unsettling. The various paths to take in a playthrough give you a list of tracks in the OST's playlist. Oh, I will say I did really enjoy the music in this game. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it. And I'm curious. I imagine there's probably some princesses I didn't find along the way. But in any case, thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully you'll join me on Monday night for Mass Effect Andromeda. I know it's not the best that Mass Effect has to offer, but I am curious, and I have it installed, and I really should play it. Oh, that's what the screen was, that last screen. Oh, there's a dozen princesses. Ooh, okay, I'll have to look up to see the different combinations then, but hopefully you'll join me for that. If anything changes between this stream and the next stream, you'll be able to find the details on Discord, on Twitter, over on Threads. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and hopefully I'll see you on Monday night for Mass Effect Andromeda. Until then, have a good one.